We're at the West Tank Bypass Trail and it's night. I've never done a night trail vlog before, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know how much the footage is going to come out because it's so dark, but let's go check it out. As you can see, it's a pretty smooth trail so far. Nothing really difficult at all, and it's to be expected. This one is not supposed to be difficult. I think it's rated orange on Trails Off-Road, which is a 3 to 4, but so far I've only seen maybe anything from a 1 to 2 to a not quite even a 3 yet, honestly. All right, we're not very far in and I already took a wrong turn. That is one thing about this trail that I've noticed is there's quite a few little spin-offs and cut-offs and T's and junctions where trails go in all different directions. So you definitely gotta watch where you're going on the map. I mean, that's if you're trying to do the exact trail, which I am. I mean, you could just come out here and have fun and go in any which direction, which I would love to do at some point. But right now I'm trying to do the actual trail. This light right here is actually the light on my dashboard, or the little 8-inch screen or whatever. It's actually lighting me up pretty good. I don't know how good it looks. On my screen it looks all right. It looks a little harsh, like a flashlight. Night riding is a whole different game. It can take, you know, trails you've already done multiple times, or simple trails, or even trails you might think are boring, I guess, and just make them a little more interesting. Something about the silence of the night, how dark it is. I just love getting out here. And honestly, I hadn't done it hardly at all. I'd only done about 2 or 3 night rides up until this year, actually. I've started to do more. I love these lights, these BAJA design lights. They're awesome. They just light up the entire trail. I do want to get a couple more for the back. Kind of like, you know, where you have the 2 up on your A pillars, the typical spot in front. The exact same, but on the back of the truck. But pretty much right where the bed and the back of the cab meet. And same angle, 45 degrees on the out. I think that'll be perfect so I can look back when I'm reversing, or if I just want to see behind me on the trail. So there's a lot of off-road trails that you're gonna go on and you'll see these gates. It's always good etiquette to close them. Not even etiquette, I mean it's a rule. You want to close these gates behind you. A lot of times it's because there's cattle, or it's separating a certain type of land or something, but just go through. Last person in your group always closes it. Don't forget to do that. Upon further investigation on my map, I actually zoomed really far in, and it actually looks like this is the correct trail that I need to take. I have taken this one before. I haven't done a video on it. TBD, I will do that. This is the gate we're gonna go through. Same thing apply. Just make sure you close the gate behind you. Take 2. All right, so this is another reason I want to put the lights on the back of my bed that shine behind me, because now that I've came through the gate, I don't have a way of seeing anything behind me. So if I could just pop those on and illuminate everything, that would make closing gates like this a lot easier. All right, so again, right when you get through that red gate, there's another Y. There's a barbed wire fence on the left side of your vehicle. I'm just gonna follow that. Trail's definitely rocky. Little rocks all over the place, make it kind of a bumpy ride. Not too bad, but not the smoothest either. So far this entire trail I've actually been in 2-wheel drive. I didn't even really do that intentionally, I just wasn't thinking about it, and honestly nothing's even been that difficult. Forgive me for not remembering who it was, but one of you guys mentioned that you're pretty much always in 2-wheel drive, except for you occasionally switch to like 4 low when there's an obstacle that needs it. And it's funny, you're like, just try it, trust me, you know. So again, this whole trail I've been doing 2-wheel drive, and it does do really well. Like, it feels just like 4 high, honestly. And maybe you can write your feedback on this one, but the mindset that like Yes, I don't need 4 high, but I have more traction. The vehicle is just, I don't know, I mean, I guess maybe it's working harder. Like, on one hand, I think it's not working as hard to get through this trail because it has 4-wheel drive instead of just the 2 pushing it. Maybe it's the opposite and it's actually working harder because it's doing all 4 wheels. I don't know if there's any science behind that, but I guess in my mind, I'd rather have 4-wheel drive and not need it than come up to an obstacle really quick or something like that and wish I had it, you know? This is the first part of the trip. Oh, jeez. It looks a little uneven here. Could add a little bit of flex. Again, nothing too difficult, honestly, but so far on the trail, this is gonna be your most difficult part. So I know it's probably hard to tell just using the lights from the Jeep, but you'll see it's, yeah, it doesn't look like much. I don't know, the more I look at it, it really doesn't look like much at all. Yeah, it felt like a decent amount of flex right there. Nothing crazy, but definitely the most on the trail so far. Yeah, I mean, I could see if you're running a stock vehicle, that could be a 3 on the difficulty scale. So we've got our first hill. Again, it doesn't look very hard, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in 4 high just because my philosophy before, right? I'd rather be on the hill in 4 high and not need 4 high than find myself in some sort of predicament where I need it and I'm stuck on a hill. And as you can see, I just went up it and that was easy as pie. This is why I like having those pillar lights on the side. So you can see right here, this is my side mirror. I'm looking out to the left. So if you got just my normal lights, I look out to the left, I can't see anything. But if I turn on my pillar lights, that's how far to the side I can see. So this will be my front lights, the LP4s just right in the front. Pretty good on the side, but this fills it in much better. I love being able to see literally almost 90 degrees to my side, especially when you're really close to barbed wire fences and rocks and trees and stuff. It just helps a lot. So far I'm feeling like this night trail vlog doesn't quite do the trail as much justice. I mean, I'll probably still do these, and I might even do them for trails I've already done during the day. But I know a lot of times I'm doing the vlogs and trails, not as a total guide, but it is a little bit to give you guys an idea of what the trails are like. So at night, I'm just limited on the camera stuff that I can use, or at least what the camera shows. Like when I'm doing a drone, yeah, I get a shot, but it's literally just the Jeep headlights pretty much. You don't really see much else. And I guess you get an idea of where I'm going, but you don't see the landscape around, the trail in the distance. So, but I mean, I could be wrong. I'd be curious what you guys are thinking watching this. Do you think night vlogs are worth continuing or not? So as you're following the fence line, it'll finally start to curve to the right. You're gonna see this gate. Again, you could go through that gate probably to do some more trails, but we're gonna just continue on and not go through the gate. So one of my favorite things I will say about coming out at night is just dropping the tailgate, sitting on the edge of the bed, and just listening to the silence. And it's hard to not do that for just a very long time. But another thing I wanted to show you guys was this. I don't know how well you can see that mountain right there. Maybe that's the white tank? That's what they call it? I don't know, I'll have to look it up on the map, but kind of an example of something you don't see at night. I was talking about not doing it justice. And by the way, can we just say how good this flashlight is? Like, look at this. Turn it off, on. I mean, that's almost as good as my BAJA designs. Crazy. Look at that, and go all the way over to that mountain. The terrain has changed a little bit. We're in some tight trees. This looks like it could probably get a decent amount of water, which is probably why all these plants are growing here. Oh yeah, there's kind of like a little creek crossing and stuff. But it's definitely a tight squeeze and slow going. Once you get here, you're getting close to the end. I don't know if you can hear all that, but getting a lot of that Arizona pinstriping, of course, that I've warned you about so many times before. And yeah, look, this dumps out into like a flat riverbed. Yeah, this is real tight in here. As you can see, I'll have to back up because while I don't care a ton about the pinstriping, I don't want to do massive branches. I still like to avoid as many scratches as I can whenever possible. This is, I think I'm off the trail here. Yeah, this doesn't seem like the trail. There's like standing water and mosquitoes and bugs and crap. Yeah, looking at the map, I'm definitely off trail. I gotta back up and figure this out. Another reason I need those backup lights. At least I got a backup camera. Oh gosh, there's a bee literally in my truck. Yeah, this is like a swamp. Oh gosh. Scratches galore. Although, while I did go the wrong way, and while that might seem like it could be kind of fun to go into, I don't know where it actually goes. So I'm gonna back up and find the real trail. All right, so now I am back to the actual trail. This is where I went wrong. If you look to our left here, so you've got the fence, barbed wire fence, come to this fork in the road, I went left. So you're gonna wanna go right. If you start seeing those tree overhang things where they're getting really tight and it's kind of swampy, you went the way I went, and that's the wrong way. Now, obviously, it looks like based on the trail, you can still go that way, and I'm gonna have to come back and try that again, but I had no idea what it entailed. So if you do find yourself getting in those overhang of trees, you probably went left like I did. It was kind of cool, but not the right way. If I look at the map though, it does actually look like it's still gonna get us to the same location. Just, I don't know for sure. I don't know what that's like. But again, maybe that's the point of me making these videos, so I can scout it out for you and show you what it is like. But that'll be another day. I want to do this official scout trail for you guys. And then, you know, one of these cool new features on Trails Off-Road is that you can map your own trails. So every time I've been going now, I've been mapping out everything, which makes it a little more fun. You know, you see like your statistics and everything. It'll tell you your distance, your elevation change, all that stuff. So it makes it a little bit more fun to get some statistics behind the trails that you do. All right, so I went right. Don't know if that's correct. It looks like it's wrong. Okay, so another wrong turn. Let me back up. I'll be sure to record this as well. Once again, need those backup lights. Just got to go tell the wife, hey, I needed them like 5 times today, so we better purchase them. So you get to this intersection here, split off. It's a lot wider on the right. You're gonna go left. Again, it looks like it's still gonna get you to the same spot. That's how a lot of these trails do. It's kind of like flowing water or like rivers and stuff. They all kind of go the same direction but end up in the same main thoroughfare. All right, yet again, another intersection. You can go left or right. We're gonna take a hard right. Now the trail's just following under some power lines, so it's even easier going the rest of the way, it looks like. This would definitely be really fun out on a side-by-side or quad or dirt bike or something, because I feel like you can cover a lot more ground a little bit faster on those and just take all those side trails all over the place. But this was fun. I definitely Had a good time on this trail. Be curious what it looks like during the day, see what I missed. Pretty wide open area. You see that pole. I'm gonna turn left at this other intersection. And then I think we just go straight until we hit, I don't know if it's a main road or another trail, but that's where this baby ends. All right guys, that is the West Tank Bypass Trail. Very easy, could probably do the entire thing in two-wheel drive. One spot of slight flexing, but nothing crazy. Overall, it's pretty fun. I did it at night, and this is my first night vlog, so be curious what you guys think of this. Should I do more of them or not? Because a lot of times I'll just come out and I'll just cruise, and that's the time I usually don't bring a camera. I just kind of enjoy it, but love to hear what you guys think. Please like, subscribe. I got more on the way.